Oh, okay. We are live. Woohoo! Saturday night Disney Fiasco. So, today is a little bit different than what would normally happen on a Disney Fiasco episode. And if you're wondering where Dan is, he's on vacation. So, if anyone wants to join in, Steve, I see you're here in the chat. I know that you go live at 8 o'clock now, so I didn't want to, have a conflict for you. But if anyone is ever interested in the middle of this live stream to join in, hi, Explosive Phoenix. Hi, John. Hi, Steve, once again. But if anyone wants to join in, they could totally join in because we actually don't have a special guest this week. I asked a couple different people. A lot of people were busy. And like I said, Steve, I know that you have another live stream at 8. So there's a lot of Disney news. Hi, More Sunshine, please welcome. So if you're just hopping in, everyone knows that Dan is on vacation. So I don't know, it might just be me tonight. Whoever wants to join in, that could also work. But there has been, hi Dee, welcome. There's been a lot of new Disney news this week. There has been 2 new trailers, which has been really big news. There is the new Lion King trailer, the new Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. We got some more information about Disney Plus, the new Disney streaming service. Hi, Walt, welcome. And I'll reiterate this again. Hi, Zibbity Doodad. Dan is not here tonight, so hi, The Lucky Minute. So if anyone wants to come in and talk about it, feel free. Megan, what up, homie Miguel? Hi, Miguel. Anyone is welcome to join in. Just let me know. I could send you the link if you want to hop in and talk about it. We could discuss. But right now, it's just me because Dan is on vacation. Welcome, Timothy Rainwaters. So if you guys have any comments about these new trailers, anything. My original plan was to talk about Flower and Garden, but I don't know if we're going to push that back. So I just kind of wanted to stick to what's new in Disney news. Hi, Chris, welcome. Because there has been so much going on this week. We learned about some of the new ride vehicles. Steve, I could send you the link. I feel kind of weird because there's never been an episode, with only one person. So let me add you. I'll send you the link on, I'll do that on Twitter if that's okay. And bear with me, guys, for 1 second. I'm just going to send this to Steve. He's going to hop in, and we're going to have one other person here. Steve's World. Okay, next. I'm going to send it to you over on Twitter. So it's over on your Twitter right now. Let's see. Hi, Kat. Welcome. My son was pretty disappointed Kyan wasn't in the Lion King movie. I know, I saw that. And happy birthday to Alex. I know you said that you were celebrating today, but did you say his birthday is tomorrow? And I remember I was watching the trailer reaction that you guys did, and I think those are just hilarious because it's so cute to see Alex, react to all the different things. Hi, Mary Ellen, welcome. And he was like, Dee was like, that's Simba. And he's like, Kion. It's like, no, that's Simba's son. So we're Steve is here. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Meg, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for coming in.
I didn't want you to be by yourself. So if anybody else wants to join and place me, that's fine too. So
thank you so much. I know I was going to ask you and Walt, but I know that you guys have your live stream after this. So I didn't want to, burden you with too many live streams.
I'm addicted if I haven't told you yet. So it's quite all right.
Oh, well, I'm so happy you like it. His birthday is tomorrow, yeah, but his party was today. Oh my gosh, he's 4. I never found the reaction videos you were in. Oh, I posted a link the other time. Oh, thank you so much, Zibbity Dad. He said I'm working, so I'll be on and off the chat all night just in case I miss any super chat trains. Happy Saturday night, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I also want to take just a second, if you didn't come on Wednesday, it just was unbelievable. Steve, you were there. You felt all the love.
Yes, I did.
It just, I can't even, what are words?
I mean, that love was well deserved, though. You do a fantastic job. and you mean a great deal to everybody in this community. So it was well deserved.
You're gonna make me cry again.
I'm sorry.
I seriously, like, I got off that stream and I just sort of sat down for a second, and I felt like I was in shock because I was like, what just happened? And I couldn't believe what happened. And then the next morning I woke up and I cried again because I woke up to Donna Jaworski had sent me something over PayPal, and she just sent me the most kind message. And I just cried all over again because your support and everyone's support has just been so incredible. Thank you so much. I'm missing a bunch of people in the chat now. So, oh, Kat, I didn't mean to make you cry too. Marilyn, I don't remember if I said hi to you, but hi. Steve's right, you're the bomb diggity. Miguel is just like, he's on top of it today. Oh, thank you so much, Zippity Doodad. Hi, Juan. Hi, Stacy. Oh, Chris, you want to come in too? I could send you the link. I can do that on Twitter. Well, we'll have a party here. So, Steve, what do you think about all these new trailers?
I'm pretty pumped for him. And actually, one of the things Walt and I are doing instead of sports night tonight, we're actually switching. And I don't know if he's mentioned that or not. I don't know if I'm supposed to mention it or not. But
I think you mentioned it, so
okay,
that's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be discussing the Star Wars trailer all night instead of sports night. So I'm excited for them all. I love the new trailers. Again, I'm the guy that loves everything Disney pretty much does. So I am super excited for every single one of them, especially that new Lion King trailer that came out was incredible. It just, I wanted to see the movie so bad anyways. Now it's just unbelievable. I can't wait. I'll have opening day tickets to that as well.
I feel the same exact way. I was already very, very excited knowing that they were making a live action Lion King movie. But then when I saw the trailer itself, I mean, you guys, I'm sure most of you saw my reaction to it. Like, I legitimately just started to cry because I'm always so moved by the music in that movie. And it's just so beautiful. And then the actual CGI, the animation was so on point. I know some people weren't a fan of it and they're like, this isn't live action because it's CGI, but it looks so real and it's incredible.
And I'm okay if they want to call it something else. I understand people when they get mad that you call something live action CGI. It's cartoon animation versus live animation, in my opinion. And I don't care what term you give it. There's a difference between the two. And I mean, we all tend to call them live action movies. So, that's kind of where it's at for me. I call them that same thing too.
Yeah, and I feel like it fits in with the theme of this year in particular. There are a lot of live action Disney movies coming out. We have Dumbo that just came out. We have Aladdin coming out. We have The Lion King now. We have so many different live action movies coming out. So I feel like it's nicely fit into like this category of what movies are coming out this year.
Yes. And then I know a lot of people too we kind of got some of the same reactions that we did with Will Smith being the genie as we did as people seeing Scar. I was kind of shocked that people were that upset with how Scar looked, but for me, I think he's incredible. He looks like a lion, and I love how they made him look really mangy and older. And it just, I mean, that's Scar. If you're not going to go see a lion that looks like the cartoon, it's just not going to happen. And that would have been more unbelievable for me if they would have tried to do that as opposed to making him the way he looks like. I think he looks great.
I think so too. I 100% agree with you. There are a lot of people leaving comments on my video saying that, oh, no worries, Juan, have fun at yoga. Thank you so much for stopping in to say hi. And hi, human person. Hi, Jeff. I think there were a couple other people. Hi, Noah, that I tried to say to and hi to in the chat. But, typically lions don't have black manes. And I know that someone had, like I said, in real life, lions don't really have black manes. And they're like, actually, yes, they do. And so I went and I researched it. They're very, very dark brown. And they're very rare lions that have this very dark mane. And it's only part of their mane, like the very back of their mane, like towards their back. So it's not like the full thing, and it's not a Welcome, Chris.
Hey.
It's not a full black mane like you would see for Scar, but I think the way that they portrayed him as a villain in this new trailer is so amazing. I think he looks like an incredible villain. But then also for me coming back from Africa and then seeing real lions, they look just like real lions. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm very pleased with it. I think this is going to be my favorite. I call it live action of all of them. Lion King is one of my favorite movies of all time, let alone just favorite Disney movies. And it's going to be so good. I was blown away with the Jungle Book and what Jon Favreau did with, I always mispronounce his name, but what he did with that movie. And when I heard he was doing Lion King, it's going to be so good. I can't wait.
Yeah. Chris, what are your thoughts about the Lion King trailer? Did you get to see it?
No, I haven't seen the trailer yet. I think CGI or not, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you should totally see it. I highly recommend it. It was just, I don't think I've ever cried. I mean, I think when I was in the theater to see Mary Poppins Returns, they had like this movie trailer about a dog, and any movie about a dog, it was like, you know, the ones where the dogs get reincarnated and they come back as like some other superhero type dog where they're like a police dog or something like that. And it was just really moving. And so I cry at those ones anytime with like animals or dogs. But this, I think, was the first trailer that I ever cried at. Like, Kat says the cast alone is worth a watch. The last part of that trailer with Timon and Pumbaa, oh my God, I was so excited. Steve, what did you think of that last part?
No, I can't wait. They're going to be funny. I think, what were they saying? Lion sleeps tonight, I think, and he was riding Pumbaa as he did it. The characters are going to fit just perfectly. I'm glad. I think they're going to keep a lot of the same music, which I think is important. So I liked that with Beauty and the Beast. I was really pleased, and they added a little bit more to it. So yeah, I'm hoping they keep a lot of that music, because that may be the most iconic music in any Disney movie, and I hope they keep it all together.
Yeah, I feel the same exact way. And actually, I would be really happy if they included He Lives in You into this version of the movie. I mean, I know a lot of us have talked about how much we love that song, but just there's such a nostalgia factor about the songs, because a lot of us grew up watching the movies. And I wore my Simba shirt today, if anyone knows.
I see.
I'm really excited about it. But I think the songs partially make the movie so successful. And, you know, there's a whole Broadway show about the music. That's how powerful it is. So it would be really interesting to see if they came up with a couple new songs. Miguel is saying, I agree, Steve, keep the music, add a new song or two that hit it out of the park. Yeah. Chris, what do you think about the music coming in? Do you want new songs? Do you want to have it the same?
Well, like the Mary Poppins, I think the new songs add to the movie. So yeah, I would definitely welcome new songs.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
but definitely love the classics.
Yeah, the classics. I can't wait to hear them sing Lion Sleeps Tonight or Hakuna Matata, and watching them, like the silhouettes. It's hard because you haven't seen the trailer, but I really want you to see the trailer. But they have the silhouettes of them walking across, you know, the tree that's really similar to the animation. And thanks, Jep. People liked my shirt and they noticed it. So I was really excited to wear it tonight. And I got my Lotso ears on because I was like, he's a bear. So that's like nature-y. And Steve, I don't know if you want to talk about Star Wars. We could totally skip it because I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan. Like people in the chat, don't get upset with me. But I haven't seen the two new movies in the series for episode 7 and was it 7, 8, and then this new one, 9. I haven't seen them, so it's hard for me to have an opinion on it. I've heard a lot about people's thoughts, what they think is going to happen in the movie, but I did watch the trailer. It looks really intense. The one thing that really surprised me was they had like the projection or whatever it was of Carrie Fisher, and I have no idea how they did that.
Yeah, I don't want to definitely don't want to get too in depth with it because we're going to talk about it for an hour next. But it was very emotional when just that scene of that trailer. So we'll get more into that later tonight.
Yeah, Chris, do you have any thoughts?
I know that scene made a lot of people cry. the projection.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be.
It's really touching because, I mean, obviously she's no longer with us, and to still then be a part of the franchise and be incorporated into the movie still, I'm sure it's really, really moving. The Lucky Minute says, "Oh my God, Meg, I cried during the trailer." That was me during The Lion King. So Noah says, "My most favorite in The Lion King, how young Simba grows up into adult Simba." Yes. And I was always really obsessed with Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Don't know why. I just thought it was the funniest movie ever. And then I found out that Matthew Broderick played adult Simba. So it was like, and that made me really excited.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick's a great actor in my opinion, and Ferris Bueller, I'm with you there. I don't know what it was about the movie, but it was just so good, so good.
Walt says, "Save Ferris." Yes. So the other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up too, and we can always talk about other things. Yes, Jeff, twist and shout. Actually, ironically, that's all going down in Chicago, all the Star Wars stuff. But are you guys going to get this new Disney streaming service, the Disney Plus?
Absolutely. The day it comes out, I will have it. I'll have the annual subscription too.
Yeah.
Probably here too.
The list of things I was reading today, the list of things that are going to be on that, and I think Mouse Talk did a great job with it on Thursday, I believe it was, where they talked about it too. It's absolutely amazing. They're spending $1 billion on original content for the first 4 years. And then in year 5, the budget is $2.5 billion. That's just for original content. There's going to be a standalone Star Wars movie by itself that's a prequel to Rogue One. Of course, supposed to be every Disney title in the library. It's over 600 of their own titles. And then, of course, anything new coming up, all the Marvel stuff, everything that's there. And then on top of that, you got to think that somewhere down the line, Fox is going to come into play. And you know, there's 30 seasons of The Simpsons that
I was thinking the same thing.
So, I mean, this, and the price is unbelievable. It's $69.99 for the year. I believe Walt had posted that it was $5.83 or something like that per month.
Per month, yeah.
I read today that it said $6.99.
So it's $5.83, I think, if you get the annual subscription. That's what it ends up coming out to be each month, and then it's $6.99 if you do it monthly.
I got you. But yeah, absolutely. I'll have it the day it comes out. I think it's like, what, November 12th?
I think it's November 12th, yeah.
Good Christmas present for myself, early Christmas present.
Yeah, right? And it's so cool because they're coming out with so many original shows, original movies, and they're going to have all the Star Wars, the Marvel, all the Disney movies. And then, of course, like you said, the biggest thing I was thinking is all the Simpsons seasons. And I think the biggest catch for that is that it's going to be a couple dollars less per month than Netflix. And Netflix right now has a bunch of Disney movies. What's going to happen when the Disney movies go away? And just even in the stock market, like I'm going to throw it there for a second. Just the amount that Disney went up on yesterday, crazy. And Netflix dropped. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Disney hit record highs yesterday, if I heard, and it's going to be really good. But and it's not just a couple dollars, if I remember correctly, it's almost half. Disney, my Netflix service right now for me is $12.99. And if I buy the annual, it's going to be $5.83 or $6.99 if I go every month. Mouse, hey Walt, buddy, how are you?
What's up, Walt?
How is everybody?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Yeah,
we can hear him.
Yeah, you never know when I get on here. Steve and I have every week. It's always something.
I know. Sometimes you never know about live streaming. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like that one time that like Dan couldn't hear me, and then everyone else could hear me, and then my video just disappeared, and I was
it was the ghost
episode.
The joys of live streaming.
Yeah.
Walt and I for the last what are we on? Episode 4 or 5 of Sports Night. I think every single episode, the first thing we do is I get in there and it's not the same link that he sent me. I mean, I'm in one stream and he's in another. Then we go and the second time and one of us can't hear the other one. Then finally the third time it works. It's been that way for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's user error on my part, I'm sure. So
yeah, it's always so funny how that works, isn't it? Especially like when you're going from, because you and Melissa stream twice a week on your own, and then now you're streaming with Steve, and so like jumping from streaming alone to streaming with other people, there's always some hiccup, and it's hard to sometimes like I feel like I've learned a lot. This is not even about Disney talk for a second, but if you guys are interested in live streaming, it's a really nice conversation to have. You never know what's going to happen. So you really have to be sort of quick on your feet and go with the flow. And that's been a nice life lesson for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chris, I didn't say hi to you, buddy. This is the first time I think we've ever live streamed together. So it's good to see you.
No, we had you on the channel, I think, the other night.
Oh, that's right. We did. That's right. See, guys, when you start to get over the age of 45, you start to forget things.
Well, I think it's Chris's first time here on my channel and on Disney Fiasco. You guys have been on Disney Fiasco before, but it's his first time. So
beyond excited right now. You don't even know.
Well, you're such a wonderful person coming to support everyone, and you've been live streaming like all the time. You're on like the road to 1,000 subscribers. You're so close. Then you're gonna get to stream on your phone again through YouTube.
Thank goodness.
Nice.
Yeah, I still don't understand what's happened to that, but Jeff,
I can understand part of it, but I don't understand the number that they chose.
Yeah, that was a whole nother conversation that we had. We don't really know what happened there, why they picked 1,000. It could have been 500.
I think that's the benchmark with them. It seems to be with everything is 1,000. You need 1,000 subscribers for monetization, 1,000 subscribers now for that. You'll see that seems to be their benchmark with everything.
Yeah, it seems to be sort of transitioning to that, because when I first started YouTube, they had already changed the rules of where you needed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time to be monetized. So it never really affected me. And now coming up, this new rule isn't affecting me because I have already 1,000 subscribers, but there's so many people I know that live stream all the time that don't have 1,000 subscribers, but they're not live streaming in a bad way, like they're only trying to bring people the magic from the parks, or like do something like this where we're talking about Disney. And I mean, I know that they're sort of overgeneralizing to the entire whole of YouTube. You never know what goes on outside the Disney community, because most of us are pretty good people. And, it's never been something that has bothered me, because I've never had to really experience any of the changes because I was already in the change when I started. But this is sort of kind of crazy. But there is a way around it.
Yeah. Well, the problem is the failures of a few affect the many. And that's kind of what's happening with YouTube is you're seeing there's things going on. And rightfully so, YouTube has to do what they have to do to protect people and to put the right product out for them, because they are a business. I mean, they're there for profit. So I get what they're doing. It makes sense. It's just sad that, ultimately everyone has to be affected by it.
Yeah. There's always a couple that ruin it for everyone, but
absolutely. Yep.
There are so many people so close. Like so many of our friends are so close to 1,000.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Steve, you guys were talking about the streaming. That's why I wanted to jump on. I won't stay long. I just wanted to say, I think it's fantastic what they've done with the streaming service so far. It's really going to be a game changer for what everybody else now has to do. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Apple, they're going to have to really up their game, because everything that's Disney is gone. They can't use that anymore, which also means they can't get money from Disney to show their product. Remember, Disney would have to pay them, unless I'm thinking this wrong, to show their product, or vice versa. Maybe Disney said you have to pay us to show it. I don't know. But I think this is huge for Disney. But I will say this about the price. Don't expect that price to stay at $6.99.
That's why I'm going to get the annual subscription.
Right, but I don't think it's going to stay there for long. You watch. I think because right now they're rolling it out to start, it's going to be more near the $9.99 within 5 years.
You know what? That's acceptable to me, though, because I pay $12.99 for Netflix, and I think this is going to be so much better. So I'm okay with that.
Right.
I think continuously we're going to keep seeing original content. So original shows from Netflix, Amazon, and then Disney Plus now, where they're going to want us to get every single one, because there's for example, Stranger Things is on Netflix, and then you have certain shows that are only on Amazon Prime, like The Marvelous Miss Maisel or whatever that show is. And then now Disney's going to have their own shows and their own movies. And so are we going to have to pick and choose which ones we're going to want? Because as Walt said, I do believe that within the next 5 years or so, they're going to bump up the price, and then they're going to give you different options of what you could get, whether or not you want a basic package, sort of like Netflix. If you want more, you could pay a little bit more. So it will be definitely interesting to see how it continues to grow as we get, you know, along the lines.
Has there been any talk of the actual programming? What's coming out?
Yeah, absolutely. Tons of it. Tons of programming coming out. They have over 400 hours of original content already. Everything in the Disney Vault, because there won't be a Disney Vault anymore. They're saying everything will be available, including Song of the South. They didn't say anything was going to be excluded. They said everything was going to be available. So that's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, Chris, as far as I know, everything's going to be available. You're right.
As far as the new stuff.
Oh, yeah, all kinds of stuff. There's going to be a Marvel show about Loki. There's going to be a Marvel show about Winter Soldier and Falcon. There's going to be a Lady and the Tramp live-action movie, just to name a few. There's going to be some documentaries about Imagineering. Jeff Goldblum's going to have a show, but it's going to be like a reality show. There's all kinds of stuff. There's going to be a new not Buzz Lightyear, a Monsters Incorporated animated series, and Billy Crystal and John Goodman are going to be voicing the characters. There's going to be a new Muppets TV show. There's all kinds of stuff coming. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. What's interesting is you talk about competition. Amazon is up in their game because, as everybody knows, I think all of us in here love Lord of the Rings. They're coming out with a Lord of the Rings TV series.
Yes.
Wait, that's happening?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's already in production.
Oh, you didn't know that?
You didn't know that?
Like they spent a record amount of money.
It was like $10 billion or $2 billion or something. I don't remember what.
My heart is beating so fast.
I have to go buy that service now just for that. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh.
Exactly. Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Walt, but aren't a lot of the characters the same?
No. From what I hear, it's going to be.
Breathe.
I know, right?
It's going to be between three. The Desolation of Smaug and Fellowship, I think. So you might have some overlapping, but there's going to be some new characters as well. We're going to know a lot of the places, yes, but I don't think we're going to have a ton of the same characters, but there will be some that make cameos here and there.
Oh my God.
Like, you know, so it's coming, Meg, and they've spent a ton of money on this television show. A ton of money.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this, guys. Going back to Disney and streaming for a second. You know how with Netflix you can get certain devices and you have to pay per device?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have they said that with Disney?
No.
I've not seen that yet.
Right, exactly. That's what worries me too. He's giving us a base of $6.99. What's it going to cost for devices?
Mm-hmm.
I did read though that like with Netflix, I pay $12.99. I get I think up to 3 devices is what you can get, and he said it was very comparable to the same. So Netflix. So I would assume is there a cheaper Netflix that I don't know about that I get, or am I paying extra for the?
There's
am I paying extra for the 3?
I think.
How much is it?
I think $9.99. I think that's the lowest.
Okay.
So maybe it will be a little bit like, but still, again, it's going to be cheaper than Netflix to me, and I would pay more than Netflix to have this service, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting point. Sometimes I don't even think about that. And then also you can only have so many people watching at the same time, even if you have multiple devices, like it kicks you off. Like sometimes my whole family, I mean, a lot of us don't live in the same house, but we, you know, share the same Netflix account, and it will kick me off sometimes because it's like, oh, you have more than 2 devices watching blah, blah, blah at this time. So please try again later. So it'll be really interesting to see if they have something like that too, where you can only watch so many things on a certain device, or sometimes they let you download things too on Amazon or on Netflix. So sometimes you could download them to like your phone, and then like, could you download a Disney movie to your phone if you're paying for the service?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, with the new Disney Plus, if you buy the subscription, you can get everything downloadable and offline.
Wow.
They said that. That was one of the things he made sure was very, upfront with it, is yes, you can. Everything's offline and downloadable if you have the subscription. So I don't know what he means by that, because I mean, I'm assuming if you're paying monthly or if you pay the one-time fee, either way you have a subscription. So I didn't quite understand that. I mean, how can you watch it if you don't have a subscription? So I didn't really understand how that worked when he said it that way, but that's what he said. But yeah, you can get it. Absolutely. So that's cool too.
Yeah. And then I guess the only other thing for me is because I already own so many Disney movies, then if I'm trying to compare the prices of me buying the movies that I actually want, or even going to my library to rent the movies that I want instead of paying $6.99 a month for me to get access to some of these. I own most of the the MCU movies. I own a lot of Disney movies. And for me, sometimes it's hard to justify spending even more money if I already own a lot of them. And so I could see how, if you're really interested in the shows, I would want to pay more. But then there are some movies that I don't own and I really want to watch. And so I try and get them by renting them or whatever. And so sometimes I think, well, would it make more sense for me to just buy the movies and then over time not have to pay the $6.99? Do you guys have any thoughts about that?
I do. You okay, if you look at it this way though, the cost of the service for a year is less than buying 4 movies a year.
Mm-hmm.
True. Very much.
They're $20 a movie.
Yep.
So if you're going to buy more than 4 movies a year, and you could pay for this subscription and have everything they've ever done at your fingertips anytime you want it, I assume that, to me, that's a no-brainer. That's for just me though, and I do own most every Disney movie so far that they've had either on DVD or Blu-ray. But not for me not to have to get out the disc, not to have to put it in and be able to watch it on the road, watch it whenever I want to, and have all this additional content and not buy the 4 movies a year anymore, then for me it's a no-brainer for the way I live with my Disney movies. And
here's the thing, Meg, if you're able to download the movies, then it's like buying them. You have it. You've downloaded it. It's yours now. It's on your computer. So I think it is better to go that route, because then you can download whatever you want to download and you have it all the time. And you're only paying $6.99. So you could download 10 movies and you've only paid $6.99 for the cost. I mean, unless I'm missing something. And now that movie is yours for forever, or at least, I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. But yeah, I think that's the way to go. Absolutely.
Okay, well, first I want to say thanks to Chris, because that was so nice. And you're like in here and you didn't have to do that. So thank you so much.
Oh, Chris, good job. Thanks, buddy.
So nice.
Thank you.
Chris, what do you think about all these movies? You said you're going to sign up definitely, right?
Oh, I think it's awesome. And the whole downloading feature is huge.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to keep the movie. I mean, I can't believe they're doing that.
Yeah. Well, I know that for Netflix, they only let you do so many movies. So I wonder if they cap it off at a certain amount.
They might.
Yeah.
My guess is that it's going to work very similar to where you have so many either movies or megabytes or gigabytes or whatever that you're allowed to download. And I also don't think you're not going to have access to those forever. If you cancel the service, you will lose the ones you download.
Yeah. 100%.
So, but it's still a nice feature to have for when you're on the road and you don't have to hook up to the internet while you're driving, things like that.
Yeah, I love to do that for trips, like when I'm going on the airplane, and like I just set myself up with my Disney movies, especially if I'm going down to Disney World and I like get so hyped to go on my trip. And it's like, oh my gosh, what movie do I want to watch? Because it's usually movies that I love and get me really excited for Disney. And one of the movies that I was lucky that they had on the plane when I was coming home and from Tanzania, they had Princess and the Frog. So I was watching Princess and the Frog on the plane, and it was so fun. But I love to download the movies or any TV shows that, like, because for me, a lot of times I'll fly JetBlue going down to Orlando because that's the easiest airline for us to fly. And, oh, hi, Arjans. He says, hi from Ale and Compass. I hope you're having a really nice time.
Hey, Arjans.
But it they have Wi-Fi on the plane there, which is awesome. So like I could watch things off of Netflix, and I have my own Disney movies that do have digital downloads. So I already have them digitally that I have with my Blu-ray. And sometimes I found Tangled at Goodwill one day for $5. It was a Blu-ray and no one had downloaded the digital copy. So I got that digital copy too. And sometimes I just like go through Goodwill and I try and find Disney DVDs for me to have.
Keep them because they're going to be worth money one day.
I hope so. Oh my God. That was like
a lot of money. I mean, like a lot of money.
My Beanie Babies were worth nothing.
Yeah.
Well, but that's
crashed.
Right. But that was a fad. Disney's not a fad. Disney is history. I mean, it's different. I mean, I think you'll have people that are in 20 years, they're going to be like, you have a DVD of Lady and the Tramp?
That's how I feel about my VHSs, though. Like, I'm like, what am I going to do with these? No one wants them.
Somebody will. Yes, they will.
No. That's how I justify some of my pin purchases, though. I'm like, well, who knows? In a year, it might be worth, you know, like $100. Usually it's not, but sometimes it might be.
You never know.
Yeah.
Look, you never know what people will pay for things until you try. Absolutely, 100%.
Kat says that's why I keep Disney and Legos. Yeah, Legos are worth a lot, like a lot. Let's see. Miguel says what we all want to know is Home on the Range going to be available on demand?
Let's hope not.
That's Dan. Dan knows.
That April Fool's Day thing, that got me. It was so funny.
Yeah, did Dan get you on the April Fools about the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run?
That's the one he got me on.
Video too. Yeah.
I was so mad.
He got me so bad on that one. If you guys are wondering, if you're just stopping in, Dan is not here tonight. He's actually on vacation. It's like 2 a.m. or almost 3 a.m. where he is. So obviously he's sleeping. So Dan, we're saying hi to you. I hope you're having a good vacation. It ended up being like a party in here. So thanks guys so much for being on here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Walt, since you missed some of the Lion King talk, and I don't want to like stream you guys out because I know that you go on at 8 o'clock. So be sure to, it's on Walt's channel, right? Mouse Talk?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so they go live at 8 o'clock on Mouse Talk. So in like almost 20 minutes. But I want to quickly get your opinion on the new Lion King trailer because I know that you guys are talking about the new Star Wars trailer on your stream. But just let me know your thoughts and feelings about the new Lion King trailer.
Okay. Well, you guys know how I am about live actions. I haven't been a big fan of them yet. I thought the trailer was really good. I don't like change in remakes. I don't. I just don't. I know that they've added things to certain movies and that and all. And I guess for me, when I watch it, I expect to see the same thing, just in a live action version. So what I saw in the trailer, I love the trailer. I thought it was really good. Really good. I love how they showed him over time growing up, just like they do in the animated one. That was really, really cool. The fact that they got James Earl Jones, who, if they didn't get him, I don't even know why they would do the movie.
Yeah, right.
To Mufasa, who is my favorite character in the movie, just already makes it worth seeing alone. I have no problem with the way Scar looked. And anybody that did, that's okay too. You know, everybody, things are going to rub people differently.
Of course.
Some people are going to like it. Some people are not. That's okay. People can be disappointed in the way he looks. I don't have a problem with that. But I thought the trailer was really cool. I agree. It's emotional because there's such a connection to that movie. It's probably the best Disney animated movie ever. Well, at least in my opinion, it is. By far. So this one they really, really have to get right. And I put it in your comments, Meg, on your trailer reaction. I'm very scared that they won't get it right. But let's hope. But I love the trailer. I thought the trailer was awesome.
I know. I remember you were saying, you're like, I'm really nervous because I don't want them to screw it up. But at the same time, I'm so excited because the trailer looked so good. And you just said I had really high expectations for it now. And I feel the same way. I feel like the movie's going to be really amazing after after the first trailer, I cried like again. And I didn't do a reaction or anything because it came out on Thanksgiving. I was with my family. So but when I saw it for the first time, I like legitimately started, like, I really cried. Like, not just what I did in my other one, I really cried. Let's see, Miguel says, after Steve's review of Dumbo, when people tell me they're going to go see it, I say, you know that movie is from the devil, right?
Nice going, Steve. Dumbo's now a live action flop because of your review.
First off, Dumbo got horrid reviews across the board. I actually liked the movie. I liked the movie myself. But it's important for people to know you should not take little kids to this unless you go see it first, in my opinion. I spent of the movie, I don't remember how long the movie was, an hour and a half, at least a half hour with my niece in my lap crying in fear because of how scary the movie was. And it's scary, especially for young kids. And I just want people to know, that's what I said, it's a great adult movie. It's Tim Burton. It's a great adult movie. It's just not for kids. It's not your fun-loving Dumbo.
But why? I don't get. See, that's what I'm talking about with live actions. Why do you change it?
But I don't have
how it is.
I don't have a problem with that necessarily. I like both of them. Like I said, I don't mind when they change a story, but at the same time, I loved Beauty and the Beast, how most of it was almost identical with a few add-ins and changes. Mm-hmm. So the only thing that's similar in Dumbo is that there's a little elephant named Dumbo that can fly. That's the only thing that's the same in Dumbo animated versus Dumbo live action. So. Yeah, I mean, not even the songs. Not a song was in that movie except Baby Mine played on a ukulele for about 30 seconds. So
let me ask you something, though. Were you surprised that it was darker because it was a Tim Burton film? I mean, Dumbo itself is I would never consider it a scary movie, but it is a very sad movie. Yes. So I can understand the crying from that point, but like crying because it was scary, that's not good.
She cried in fear because of how scary it was. There's a place in the, in Michael Keaton's, I can't remember what it's called, the big land that he runs. It's called Nightmare Island. And there's a point in time where the lights go out and all you see is smoke, and it's nighttime, and all you see is smoke and hearing animals growl in the theater. I mean, they're like right up on you. I jumped 3 times during the movie. There's 3 different points in the movie where I jumped in the movie. And like I said, for me, it was fantastic as an adult, but it is not for kids whatsoever. Now, if your kids can handle that kind of stuff, I mean, this is way beyond Nightmare Before Christmas. This is way beyond anything. And when you watch my only issue with it is when you watch the previews, none of this was in there at all. It looked like a fun-loving movie. I'm okay with it being complete. I expected it to be dark because it's Tim Burton. I expected it to be, for nothing else, like more like maybe not dark, but like odd a little bit. And it is odd, but the scariness of the movie was a whole new level that I would definitely not have taken my 5-year-old niece to see.
So do we think Disney got the wrong director?
I'm going to be unpopular here, but absolutely, I don't think Tim Burton with any classic Disney movie is the correct way to go.
Yeah, and that's
I'm not saying that's bad about Tim Burton. Yeah, that's not saying Tim Burton's bad.
There's certain marriages that work and certain ones that don't. I mean, I wouldn't get Zack Snyder to do a Disney movie. He's just not the right guy for the role. An
original, I think Tim Burton could do a fantastic job with, but when you see, and Dumbo is sad, but this is not bad for the sad reasons. This was more, and again, for an adult, go watch the movie. It's great, but just watch it before you take your kids. Is all I said.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say I haven't had a chance to see the movie, but I did hear really interesting things about it. I didn't hear that it was really scary. I mean, I heard that from you, but from other reviews, I didn't get to hear that it was really scary. But I was going to quickly connect it back to The Lion King. And, when I was a kid and I watched the wildebeest stampede, I was terrified. And now, like seeing, I basically saw that in real life. But I feel like that part in that movie is going to be really scary because those animals look really real. And going through a stampede, that is scary.
Well, like Kat just said in the chat too, she would say 10 and up for Dumbo. I said 8 and up myself. And I've seen other reviews where people have said their parents came out saying I would never take a kid to watch this movie. I mean, I'm not the only one that feels this way. I've seen it across other reviews. But again, it's not a bad movie. I want to make sure we distance ourselves from that. It's not a bad movie at all. Yeah. It's just something that I think parents should screen before they take their kids to. They're young kids.
Mm-hmm. Noah says 1,000 out of 10 for Dumbo.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of these movies is, for every person like me who maybe didn't like Jungle Book or Beauty and the Beast, you're going to have other folks that are going to love it. And that's going to be the majority. I'm definitely in the minority. I know that. But you know, that's what makes these movies so great is you're still going to get that fan base. There's some that are just undyingly loyal to their movies, their companies, their actors, their directors. It's just undying, and I totally get that. So that's the point, is they're always going to make good money off these movies. I mean, look at the Pirates movies. After probably the first two, they've been met the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Well, they made tons of money. Are you kidding me? Tons of money, to the point that they're going to reboot it.
I'm going to say something really bad. Guys, don't unsubscribe. But I sort of feel that way about the Star Wars franchise. I think they should stop. Like, I think they should have stopped a while ago. And I know that some of the new movies have been probably really good, but I mean, there's only so much that you could do within a universe. I feel almost the same way about maybe Iron Man or some of the other Marvel movies. Like, there's only so much you could do with a character before they become, like, I feel like when you're wringing out a t-shirt or something that's wet, like, you can only get so much water out of it. And I feel like sometimes that's what companies do. I sort of feel that way a little bit about The Office, and they should have stopped before they got to their 10th season. Guys, I'm so sorry. Kate, don't.
Yeah. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, there's like, and Pirates too, you said that. They should have stopped. I mean, and I think they're still making more Pirates movies. And he says the Pirates movies should never stop. I love them so much.
I completely agree with that as well. I will be there every one they open. They'll be there opening day at theaters. I've loved every single one of the pirate movies.
Yeah.
Yep,
But that's just a difference of opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so great.
We're very strong rooted in what we love and our franchises, and all of us love Disney so much. I probably will end up going to see any movie that they put out in the theater just because I love Disney so much. And I mean, I think the Pirates movies have always been very entertaining because of Johnny Depp. I have to say that. Kay says, if I didn't love you, I might think about unsubscribing. Everyone also likes me for saying that I like the prequels. Sorry. I like the prequels. I like Jar Jar. For anyone who doesn't like Jar Jar, maybe I'm going to lose a whole bunch of subscribers today. Who knows?
Meg, we agree on that too.
Let me just say this about Star Wars. Meg, I was there in 1977 when the movies came out. I went to the movie theater to see A New Hope. Fell in love with Star Wars. It's been with me since my childhood. It is the movies for me. But I agree. After 9, we have to be done.
They've just stopped.
They really have done, what's that called when you do things over and over again? It's just really overkill. Or it's just, they've saturated it so much to the point that 7 and 8 almost feel like 4 and 5. And I love Star Wars. I had all the stuff as a kid. I had all the toys. I had the Death Star. I had the Ewok Village. I had it all. And some of it I actually still have. But at some point, I hope this movie, Episode 9, which Steve and I are going to talk about in 10 minutes, is a ending. This, and I can get into a whole nother story about whether or not this is the actual Skywalker saga. That frustrates me too. But I agree, Meg. I think after 9, we need to move on, at least in the movies. Maybe not on TV. Stream it. You want to do different things like The Mandalorian. I get it. Okay. But I agree.
I think for me, too, that's a really good point that you brought up. A lot of people have parents, like people my age, their parents grew up watching the Star Wars movies, like the original, trilogy. But my mom cannot stand. She literally doesn't even know what Star Wars is about. She cannot stand any science fiction movies. And my dad saw them, but he was never like a huge fan. So I feel like I grew up not really caring too much about the Star Wars franchise. And then the prequels came out when I was a kid, and I really liked them because I thought Darth Maul was like the coolest thing ever. And
yes, they killed him too quick.
Yeah, right? And Qui-Gon Jinn, like having Liam Neeson there, I was like obsessed. And then finally, like all these new movies started coming out as, I was getting into my adulthood. Am I still an adult? I don't know. But I think that like I just haven't had time to sit down and watch them because they're all such long movies, and I really have to, I feel like they're movies that you have to be present in too. You know, you really have to pay attention or else you lose some of the plot. And I just haven't had the time to sit down and watch them and really get into them. But I feel like once I see them, I'll completely change my mind because I absolutely loved all the other movies. Yeah.
I would agree. It's you got to become passionate about it to be able to or you got to understand it to become passionate about them. And but I'm totally opposite. I wish it would go on forever. Episode 8 was my favorite of all of them, including the originals. So I'm a real big fan of when they bring somebody back 20 years later to do something and put the same characters and the same people. Now, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much if they had found somebody else to play Luke and Leia and all those. But I love them. I could go on with them forever.
Yeah, it was really cool to see some of them come back. I mean, obviously, I think Harrison Ford is like the coolest person ever. I mean, how do you get to be Indiana Jones and in Star Wars too? Like Han Solo. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? And he's just a really awesome guy. So to be able to bring back some of the main characters from, you know, the original trilogy, it was really awesome. And I'm really curious. I mean, now before this new movie comes out, and especially with all this hype with Galaxy's Edge, I mean, I think I'm going to have to become an even better Star Wars fan. Yes, it is too bad that Carrie Fisher passed away. It's very sad. But I think it's so cool that they were able to then incorporate her, especially into this trailer. I'm sure that she has, you know, a significant part in the movie just to even be there for a second, you know?
Yeah, I don't think she'll have a significant part. I think what we'll do is we'll get her finished pretty quick. And this, they used deleted footage from the last 2 movies, from what we're hearing. So, and the family okayed all that. So I'm sure they'll probably end her arc pretty quickly. But yeah, absolutely. But Meg, I'm going to jump off because we're going over in 9 minutes. Yeah. Thank you for letting me come on. I definitely appreciated it. Chris, good to see you, pal.
See you, Walt.
Steve, take care of yourself. I'll see you in
a few minutes.
You need to go too. Totally, like you could totally head out. But for me, I think they're definitely going to give the fans the goodbye that, you know, they sort of wanted for Carrie Fisher. So
when we watched that episode 2 or episode 8 when she went into space, that happened. Remember, right after she had passed, she had passed away, and then the movie came out in theaters, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And everybody, including myself, I thought that was the end. I thought that's where it was ending, and of course it wasn't, obviously. And I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, it'll definitely be really interesting. I need to catch up on all the new movies. Kay said that she will be happy to teach me.
Yes.
Oh, AJC Magic TV says, I don't think Kylo Ren is are you saying is not as scary as Darth Vader was, or he is as scary? He's not as scary. I think Kylo Ren's kind of funny. He kind of terrifies me in Disney when I've met him. He's really scary.
Yeah,
have you guys met Kylo Ren in Disney?
Yes, he's great. He plays the character great.
Yeah. How about you, Chris? Have you met Kylo Ren?
I've never met him. I've only seen him in videos and stuff. He looks pretty intimidating.
He's scary.
Yep. And I like Adam Driver playing him because there is a sense of immaturity and adolescence to that character to become what he's becoming. So I really don't have a problem with him not being as bad as Darth Vader is, because there's room for him to grow into that.
Yeah, and Brian says that was totally Emperor Palpatine's laugh at the end. Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard that laugh. Yeah. So do you guys have I feel like we should probably cut the stream just a little bit short because Steve has to leave. But you guys want to, throw any plugs for your channels? Obviously, Steve and Walt are going live in 7 minutes. So head over to Walt's channel. He's probably setting it up right now. But Chris, do you want to go ahead? I know you're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers.
76 away from 1K.
That's unbelievable.
We go live every Thursday night at 9.
And live every night at like 11 or 10.
We go live like every day. Every day.
Whenever time allows.
Yeah, all the time.
Lunchtime.
Every day. Watch out for Chris's live streams.
Whenever I get a minute.
Yeah. Do you have any other specific videos you want to talk about or anything coming up?
I'm working on a blog that we did, the Me the kids and I when we went last to Disney World.
Oh.
So hopefully that'll be coming out soon, but I don't know when.
Yeah. That's awesome. How about you, Steve? Do you have any other videos coming out? I know you're like hooked on live streaming.
Yep.
Steve is now live streaming on Monday nights at 8 p.m., right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We're going to actually finish our song bracket this Monday. So that'll be been a 4-week process. I'm excited for that. I do have I have 2 things coming up. I have I bought the new case of Tsum Tsums that came out. They're TFFs, Tsum Friends Forever. They get a big one, a little one to match up. So we're going to open them up this weekend, and we'll have the case video coming out this week. And then I'm also doing a 500 sub giveaway video that will come out this week as well, where I went to the Disney store today and picked up some things for it. So keep an eye out for that this week as well.
Oh, that
sounded epic. Definitely keep a lookout for it.
Yeah, everyone go subscribe to Steve so that you can make sure you can participate in that giveaway, because Steve always does amazing giveaways too, which is so nice and just always so generous. But I know that Steve has been doing this song bracket. He's gonna be finished, but mine is not even close to being finished.
We got sidetracked.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, Wednesday we did like 4 songs and it was like derailed so quickly. And so I have a lot of stuff to catch up on coming up this week on Wednesday. So we're going to continue our song bracket. I've been putting out videos every Monday and Friday too, so stay tuned for those. And thank you guys so much for being on here. I know that this was sort of a little bit of a different format because Dan isn't here. And oh, Meg got any recommendations? Ear recommendations. Oh, if she likes ears, I have an Etsy shop. Not to plug my own Etsy shop, but I love making ears. And so if you have any like requests or custom, orders that you would like, I can easily make, ears that people like. Or hopefully like Chris has a pair of my ears. So I hope
I can definitely vouch for that.
And he wears them in his streams too. So if you want to see the hand painted ears that I made for Chris, they're Snow White ones. You should check out his lunchtime streams because he wears them during those.
Every day.
Plug away, Meg. Thanks. Well,
Cash test, shameless plug.
Oh yeah, shameless plug. Oh, she's a huge Tigger fan. Oh, I love Winnie the Pooh. So I don't have any Tigger ears made, but I could definitely try and make some if she's interested. But thank you guys so much for popping in and chatting. I know that we sort of did things a little bit differently today. And thank you guys so much for being here in the chat. It always means so much to us that you guys like to spend your Saturday nights with us. You guys are just the most supportive and incredible people. Thank you so much to Chris and Zippity Doodad. I always get it confused. Zippity Doodah and Zippity Doodad. For the super chats, you guys are so kind. And once again, thank you everyone for Wednesday. You don't even know. I know if you missed it, it was on Wednesday and I just cried and cried and cried. Great.
The viewer count went up and up and up.
What'd you say?
The viewer count kept going up the more you cried.
Yeah, I was like, I'm crying in front of like 40 people. How is this happening? So it was definitely a really magical, crazy, spontaneous night. But I really appreciate all your support. Thank you guys so much for everything. I'm hoping that Dan is having a really great vacation. If you guys have any other comments you want to add about the trailers or any theories that you have about the movies coming out, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And everyone have a really wonderful Saturday night and a good start to your week. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you all real soon.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.